So here is a huge issue very few people are really talking about that California homebuyers absolutely have to know about, because this can have a detrimental impact on your ability to buy a home regardless of where you are in the state of California. So let's get you informed on what this is by discussing the problem, its source, and what you can do to better position yourself when you go to buy your next home. Now, I'm Andre, your Bay Area to Central Valley relocation realtor. And out of the 10,000 agents representing my area, you have now reached the Central Valley's fastest growing and most utilized realtor channel, teaching you all about this area as well as the home buyer process. And all you have to do is look at this huge list to see all the different things my channel provides for you. Agents need to show their value more than ever now with these new real estate changes, and these videos are how I do that for you. So there's nobody better suited to help you with your transition when you're ready. So reach out when that time comes. Now, let's do this. So real estate has had many challenges recently, and one of the latest issues that seems to rarely ever be getting any discussion, yet can truly have a detrimental impact on home buyers, is the challenge behind getting homeowners insurance in California. So in recent years, hundreds of thousands of homeowners across the state have seen their insurance do one of four things: get much more expensive, have their insurance paused or limited, or just straight up canceled altogether. The insurers are blaming the rising risk of wildfires and many of our current climate challenges as some of the main issues behind it, because these insurers are unable to incorporate wildfire modeling into rate calculations and are limited to historical data when they're trying to determine their rates. They aren't able to look at recent wildfire damage to better predict future potential costs. And this is becoming a huge challenge for insurers. Now, there are other factors as well, like inflation, the cost of rebuilding homes, the burdensome state regulations in California, and reinsurance, which is actually where insurers are insured over a certain threshold by other insurers. I know it, confusing, I get it. Now, California regulations require rate hikes must be approved by the state before they could be implemented. Because of this, many insurance companies say it often takes more than a year for the state to approve their rate hikes, which isn't even allowing these insurers to keep up with inflation and the rising risks they're exposed to in California as wildfires decimate the state in that 1 year of lag time that they're waiting. Now, why has all this happened? Well, in 1988, Prop 103 was passed to protect insurance policyholders from unfair rate hikes across auto, property, life, and casualty insurance. Under Prop 103, insurance companies are required to submit rate increases in excess of 7% to get approved by the California Department of Insurance before they can be implemented. And just like any process that involves government approval, this typically comes with red tape and takes a long time to get implemented. Now consider this. Currently, California's average home insurance policy is 28% less than the national average, which is crazy considering all of the natural hazards we have, like fires, landslides, etc., and the impacts of the climate change that our state is dealing with. Over 2 million homes in the state are considered high risk or extreme risk for wildfire damage, and California continues to list as the state with the most acres burned every single year. So it makes sense that insurers would want to leave the state. They're not making enough money to cover their costs, let alone be profitable. Quick tip, if you do plan to buy a new construction home, always take an agent the first time that you visit a builder, whether you plan on buying that day or not. If an agent doesn't check in with you on your first trip, they won't be able to help you later. So make sure you take them with you. Now let's get back to the video. Now, the California Insurance Commissioner, Ricardo Lara, has stepped in to try and address the problem of all these insurers just cutting out of the state by announcing a sustainable insurance strategy, which is apparently the biggest overhaul to the state's insurance policy in more than 30 years. And he promises these changes will begin to take effect by the end of 2024. But he also claims that the market shouldn't be stabilizing from these changes until mid-2025. By then, he says insurers will be coming back to California because he's going to be giving them some of the things that they want, like a faster rate approval time, better forward-looking catastrophe modeling, as well as some other things. And he's hoping that these steps will help relieve some of the financial burden homeowners are currently facing, because not only is this impacting homeowners, but it's also affecting affordable housing developers, home builders, HOAs, and youth camps that are struggling to get insured nowadays. So what can you do about this to help yourself? Although some of the major insurers have left the state due to the issues in California, luckily there are still over 100 insurers writing home insurance policies. So here are a few things to consider to better position yourself when you go to find a home insurance policy. Number one, thoroughly evaluate what your needs are. Before you lock into a policy, consider how much insurance you'll need when you go shopping because there are a variety of factors to consider. Things like the value of your personal belongings, your home's characteristics and location, as well as your comfort with the amount of risk you're willing to carry. Number 2, what is your priority in a homeowner's insurance policy? Is your priority in your policy to be a cheaper rate? Maybe you want a local office that you can actually walk into to address your questions? Are there reviews important to you? Maybe some specialty coverage based on your home, or possibly additional coverage like flood insurance? Figure out what those things are that are a priority to you before you begin shopping. Number 3, shop around for quotes. Once you have narrowed down those things important to you in your home insurance policy, start shopping around by comparing home insurance quotes to find the ones that are best suited for your situation and desires. You see, knowing your options and your costs for your home insurance policy is another way to better prepare yourself for the cost of home ownership, because you don't want to be surprised when you go to close on your home. So start thinking about this ahead of time. So if this video helped, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe for more info to know when thinking about relocating to the Central Valley and its cities. You got questions or comments, or are planning on moving tomorrow or 2 months from now, hit me up or schedule a meeting with me. I'd be happy to help. Until next time, I will see you in the next video.